Are you curious about what makes downtown Richmond such a beautiful, historical, fascinating place? Today I'm going to be exploring 9 of the iconic spots that help make Richmond the #1 place in the US to visit or to live. Stick around to see what sets Richmond apart. Hey everyone, it's Greg Somerville, your local Richmond real estate expert. I love showing you what it's really like to live, work, and play in Richmond, Virginia. If you're thinking about a move here or just have questions, call or text anytime. I'd love to help. Well, let's get started with today's tour of downtown Richmond. This is Tredegar Iron Works. It was founded in 1837 and was one of America's biggest manufacturers of iron during the 19th century. Played a major role in providing cannons and other weapons to the Confederate Army. Today, it's part of the American Civil War Museum, which tells the story of the Civil War through 3 different perspectives: Union troops, Confederate troops, and African Americans. The museum provides a really cool immersive experience for visitors through artifacts, interactive exhibits, and multimedia presentations. Admission cost for adults is $18. Beautiful Belle Isle, situated along the James River here in downtown Richmond, was actually a Confederate prison camp during the Civil War. At its peak, it held thousands of Union soldiers. Today, it's the centerpiece of the James River Park system and a favorite destination for outdoor adventures. It offers great views of the river and the city skyline, as well as wooded trails for hiking and biking, a wheelchair-accessible fishing area at the Quarry Pond, a small rock climbing area, a bicycle skills park, and Class 4 rapids for those who like to get out in their kayaks. It's also just got great rocks for hanging out by the river. Thanks to this pedestrian bridge which connects it to the city, Belle Isle offers easy access to outdoor adventure and a piece of Richmond's history. Located along the north bank of the river, Browns Island is a popular venue for outdoor concerts and festivals, things like Dominion River Rock or the Friday Cheers concert series in the summer, or maybe the biggest of all, the Richmond Folk Festival. From here, you can take the 1¼ mile canal walk along the river and the Kanawha Canal. Originally designed in the 18th century, this canal was part of a larger plan by George Washington to connect the Atlantic Ocean with the Ohio River Valley. The canal walk features a series of murals, sculptures, and informational plaques that tell a lot of Richmond's history. You'll find the George Washington Vision Exhibit, the Emancipation and Freedom Monument, and Box Brown Plaza. Great story if you haven't heard that one. On the way, you'll find great restaurants like Casa del Barco and Bottoms Up Pizza. You can even book yourself a riverfront canal cruise. The Virginia State Capitol, completed in 1788, was designed by Thomas Jefferson and is one of the oldest working legislative buildings in the US. Jefferson loved classical architecture, and the design for the Capitol was inspired by a Roman temple he had seen in France. During the Civil War, the Capitol was a central location for the Confederate political leadership. It now houses the Virginia General Assembly, which has been in operation since 1619, making it the oldest continuous lawmaking body in the entire Western Hemisphere. Shaheen Slip developed in the early 19th century as a major commercial and shipping center here in Richmond. It was strategically located by the James River and Kanawha Canal, where goods were unloaded and loaded onto ships. Tobacco was a primary export at the time, and huge warehouses were built for that purpose. Just before Richmond surrendered to the Union Army in April 1865, Confederate troops set fire to these warehouses. Shaheen Slip was completely destroyed, though it was quickly rebuilt after the war. It's known for its cobblestone streets and well-preserved 19th century architecture, with many of these old warehouses converted into condos, office spaces, retail shops, and restaurants like the Hard Shell, Southern Railway Tap House, and the Tobacco Company Restaurant. The blend of historical character and modern-day entertainment options makes Shaheen Slip one of the city's most vibrant areas. Someone at the back of the bus needed a potty break, so while we take a quick stop, let me tell you that if you're thinking about a move to Richmond, there's a link in the description below for my free Richmond home buying guide. It's packed with great information. If you'll click that link, I'll be happy to send you a free copy. And if you need me for anything else, my number's on the screen. Text or call at any time. Well, I think that's enough of a break. Let's get back to the tour. Earlier this year, USA Today ranked Richmond second in the nation for its street art, but it hasn't always been that way. In 2012, street murals became a thing here in Richmond with the first RVA Street Art Festival and the Richmond Mural Project. Since then, over 100 large-scale murals have been done on buildings throughout the city, making it a premier destination for street art enthusiasts. The murals reflect the city's diverse history and culture. Many of them celebrate African American heritage, civil rights leaders, and other contemporary issues. I'm here in the Arts District, which spans parts of Broad Street and encompasses a number of galleries, studios, and performance spaces. It's home to both established and emerging artists. The district is known for its First Fridays Art Walk, a monthly event when studios and galleries open their doors to the public. With over 31,000 students, Virginia Commonwealth University, or VCU, is one of the largest public universities in Virginia. It's known for its emphasis on research and innovation, and it has some great programs, perhaps best known for its programs in the arts, health sciences, and engineering. VCU's School of the Arts is consistently ranked among the best arts programs in the nation. The school has a real impact on the creative community here in the city, contributing to its reputation as a magnet for arts and culture. The campus is located right here in the heart of the city, giving students access to all the benefits that an urban environment provides. I will say, Richmonders tend to have a love-hate relationship with the school. There's no denying the way it fuels the local economy, but many resent the way it's gobbled up much of the local real estate in what they would see as its relentless expansion. Monument Avenue is a nationally designated historic landmark, famous for its grand architecture and its tree-lined boulevard. The homes here reflect some architectural styles from the late 19th and early 20th centuries. As you can probably imagine, many of the homes here were built by some of Richmond's most famous families. Until recently, Monument Avenue was best known for its statues honoring Confederate leaders from the Civil War, including Jefferson Davis, Stonewall Jackson, and Robert E. Lee. Most of those monuments were toppled in 2020 during protests following the murder of George Floyd. The Robert E. Lee Memorial, which stood right where I am now, was a rallying point for many of those protests and was removed by the state of Virginia in 2021. Despite its controversial history, Monument Avenue is still a very popular destination for both residents and tourists. It's the site of various cultural activities and community events, including one of my personal favorites, the annual Monument Avenue 10K. Tarrytown is known as Richmond's Mile of Style, offering a fun mix of boutiques, shops, and restaurants. This eclectic shopping district offers everything from vintage clothing stores to artisanal food shops, making it a popular destination for locals and tourists alike. Many of the buildings here feature architecture from the early 20th century. A great example is the Bird Theater, a beautifully restored Art Deco movie palace built in 1928. If you come to see the Friday night feature here, you'll be treated to a performance on the mighty Wurlitzer organ, truly a Richmond classic. Carytown is the site of various community events throughout the year, including the Carytown Watermelon Festival, which features live music, food vendors, lots of fun activities for families. The sign behind me went up just a few weeks ago. The city's actually surveyed residents asking whether Carytown should be car-free. It hasn't happened yet, but maybe by the time you make your move to Richmond. Well, that wraps up today's tour of 9 iconic spots in downtown Richmond. I hope you enjoyed the virtual experience, but it's not the same as being here. Richmond is a great place to live. If you're thinking about making your home in Richmond, please reach out to me. I'd love to help you explore some of the many things that make Richmond such an amazing place. Well, thanks for coming along on today's tour. I'll see you on the next video.